Honestly,
Ugh.
that's why I picked up Dylan Gabriel because I know this is a silly thing, but I'm kind of like Flacco might die this
Mm.
week. Like he might literally die.
Become a dead person.
I took a lease out on your heart. I took a lease out on your heart. Can I at least have fun? Can I at least have fun? Can I at least have fun?
Welcome back, everybody. We are characters, you are the audience, and together we're on a quest for Dynasty Domination. How's it going over there, Daniel?
Pretty good, pretty good. I'm just now all of a sudden considering learning the intro and sign language so I can
Oh, hell
participate
yeah.
with you.
That would
You
be
know,
awesome.
that would be, yeah, for the visual only audience, that would be
Hmm.
a rough, I don't know how the YouTube AI captions do with us, but
Yeah, I don't know. I've
I have
not
to check
looked.
that out. Yeah, that's feels like I'm sure they're with it, right?
I'm
Someone would have told
sure
us by
they're
now.
probably terrible, to be honest. I feel like they always are.
They are. They would be bad. It would be fun though to read them. But yeah, I'm doing great, man.
Good.
Getting in. Really, I'm hitting my stride with the DraftKings app. So living life the old-fashioned way.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, how about you, Christian? How are you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. I lost a parlay due to the chicanery at the end of the Colts Broncos game. That was my last leg, and then they missed that field goal, um,
Oh,
and then
okay.
got the penalty and got to retry, and I ended up losing. So
Oh, that was
that was
wild.
that was my betting. That was such a wild parlay for me because I also had the Bengals, and they scored with like 18 seconds left or whatever with Jake
Hmm.
Browning, and then I had New England, who looked like they were gonna blow it away to
Wow.
the Dolphins at the end, and I was feeling good going in that Denver game. I should have known not to bet on Blow Nix and Sean Payton, but I went
Yeah.
against my better judgment.
Yeah, I want to parlay with the Broncos on there, and I was scared that the Cardinals were going to lose it for me. But
Oh damn.
to be honest with you, dude, it's the multi TD stuff, man.
Mm.
The
Killing
TDs
it.
are coming through, yeah, man. And if Tyler Warren had scored a touchdown, it really would have been. I had a sweet one with Troy Franklin and him,
Oh wow.
which I had really, really good odds. And it felt like it was right there the whole time, but that's all good.
It does
So
feel like that. Tyler Warren should feels like he should have multiple touchdowns already.
he's really doing well.
Well, on that note, we're gonna kind of continue the trends that we did last week, kind of just go through some rookie thoughts, some questions that we have, some general disappointments, and some wrong assumptions. Just kind of leading into the season, and then we'll start hitting some segments for you guys after a few weeks. So, well, I guess we can start right there though with the rookie thoughts and the studs coming in. I mean, Tyler Warren through 2 weeks has 16 targets, 11 receptions for 155 yards. Looking like he's going to be awesome. Daniel Jones needs to stop running in touchdowns and start throwing them to Tyler Warren, I guess, is our only complaint there.
Yeah. I mean, it's costing us money over here, dude.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, he seems like he's the heart of the offense already.
He really does. They're running that entire offense or the entire passing game through him, which sucks. I mean, for guys like Josh Downs and
Man,
Alec Pierce, if you were in on them, I mean, I still think they're playing well. Alec Pierce looks good, but yeah, Tyler Warren is clearly the number one option there. Anyone who had some random Chicago Bear over him should
no,
feel
dude.
ashamed.
Where are these people at? Where are they at now? They're gonna
Yeah,
come out. You got to be proud of your takes.
we
Where are you
always
at?
admit
Where are you
when we're
at?
wrong.
That's
I need to
true.
hear some backing down off this Colson Loveland BS. Anyway, we'll get into Colson Loveland.
Okay.
Emeka Ibuka, though, man, wide receiver 13 on the year so far. Let's go, baby. 13 targets through 2 weeks, three touchdowns. He did only have 4 yards per reception this week, which is like terrible, but hey, he got it done in the end zone and ended up having a pretty good week. And I mean, he looks like he fits in right in there with Baker.
Yeah, that's going well. I won't do this with every player, but I can personally thank Ibuka for several wins
Hell
on the
yeah.
DraftKings. So that's
That's
going well.
awesome, man.
Yeah, he looks good, man. It's kind of, I mean, I'm looking for the rest of his team to round it out a little bit, but between him and Bucky, it's like they're just rolling, man. I mean, it's
Hmm.
not necessarily the prettiest wins that they're getting, but a couple of one score, little 2 point, 3 point wins, and they're still going. So we'll
Yeah.
see. Yep.
Fair.
Rookie of the year odds are still pretty good on him, guys.
Hey,
Just
yeah, with Cam Ward not looking incredible on the stat sheet but too. So, um, let's go Harold Fannin Jr. Little come down from last week, but still 14 targets, 12 receptions, and 111 yards on the year so far for a guy who was presumably second on the depth chart to Njoku. They're using him as this like slot attacking weapon, and it's working out really well, even on a fairly bad Browns team.
Yeah, I mean, what we've seen this year is, in these 2 weeks, we've seen like some red hot stuff go completely to ash. And for him to get the 5 and 5 and keep it rolling,
Hmm.
made me feel good. Like they're prioritizing him even in a down game script. So
Yeah.
that feels good, man. I mean, and he looks solid. So we're just gonna keep on hoping for more of the same.
Yeah, he's one of the guys I'm kicking myself that I don't have any shares of him. As high as we were in going into the rookie draft, and then I let the landing spot scare me away. I do that every year, it seems like, with one guy, and it always bites me. Cough Bucky Irving, cough
Listen,
Kyron
man,
Williams. Like
I'm talking about these things.
last stud I got is Tetaroa T-Mac McMillan.
Yeah.
19 targets through 2 games. Has no touchdowns, but has still been a serviceable flex play with just the amount of work he's getting, which I mean is something we mentioned in the offseason. Just that like especially with Thielen gone, he's just gonna Kirby suck in all these
Mhm.
targets for the Panthers, and that seems to be working out, even with the Panthers not being that great.
Yeah, no, he's just stacking victories, man. We'll talk about a teammate of his later on
Mm.
with not the same outcome. So it's good for him that he's catching some of the balls going his way, and there's a lot of them. So
Yeah, for sure. That spray and pray attitude for him. All right, let's get into the fun category. First, we got Bill Krosky Merritt. He came way down to earth this week, 1.7 points in fantasy, 22% snap share. He still had 4 yards per carry, but he only had 4 carries. And that was with Austin Eckler getting hurt. And now Eckler got hurt towards the end of the game. And the Packers got up really early. And I think we saw JCM's biggest kind of drawback here is that once they went into that, oh, we got to throw to get back into this game, like he just vanished. He's got one target in both his first 2 games. Now, he has been splitting time with Eckler, and we'll see what happens with this Eckler injury. But it doesn't seem like they want to use him in the receiving game that much. He seems like a thumper.
yeah, and kind of surprised they only had 4 carries. The way this team's kind of all about him, and then with
Hmm.
Eckler going down, it's you'd like to see. You like to see him. The proof is in the pudding. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Talk is cheap. I'd like to see it out there. I think this week for him is going to be a big prove it week. We'll see how it pans out. But definitely a player that has definitely winning the campaign, the political side of the fantasy football world. So
Yeah.
let's just see what he does with the votes.
Yeah, for sure. It'll be interesting to see how he does without Eckler too. I'm out, I guess, though. I did trade him straight up for Daniel Jones in a super flex, so hopefully the wheels don't fall off Daniel Jones for me. But next up, we got Travis Hunter. I still put him in the fun category. Pretty quiet this week, but he does have 14 targets through 2 weeks and a 60% at least snap share in both his games. I think. I don't trust Lawrence or the Jags. I just don't. Like I
Do
was
you
trying.
not?
I mean, it's 2 weeks in, so who knows? Maybe they'll turn around, but it just looks gross and weird and clunky. And I think we should move him down a tier, honestly, in the rookie tier list. I thought about bringing that up and did not pull the trigger and feel silly for that. I just think he's more of a starter than a superstar, at least at this point. But still fun though. I mean, they're using him.
Very fun. Yeah, that pass defense he had there, that was a good.
Mm.
Did you see the one?
Yeah,
He's.
yeah. I also saw
I
that
always
pass
said,
interference he had to set up the
boom.
win. It was a bit ticky tack, honestly. I probably wouldn't have thrown the flag there.
There's been some of those this year. It's just to keep the ratings up. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I always thought he was probably more valuable to a team on the defensive side of the ball. Maybe they're going to figure that out in their own
Mm.
way. Take some
Yeah.
time. Got to use that draft capital, though. I'm
I
with
th
it.
I think my IDP league senses got me tingling on him way more than normal fantasy. I was super hyped on him just to be able to throw him in that DB spot. But yeah, hasn't flashed super hard yet, but we'll see how it goes. Alec Iomanner, over
Yes.
70% snap share through 2 weeks. He has 13 targets through 2 weeks, and he caught that insane Cam Ward touchdown. I don't know if you saw it, but that
Yeah, I
was
saw it.
bananas. Not hyper efficient for Io Manor yet, but he's clearly at least the number two here, and developing him with Cam Ward seems like an exciting prospect.
Yeah, it's kind of 2 weeks in a row. Tyler Lockett didn't carve out any more of a
Mm-mm.
workload at all. So it is, it's his team to lose, I guess. So
Yeah, I'm really
very fun.
sad I didn't get him more places.
Yeah.
Another guy we were in on.
We were like, yeah, we were too excited about him.
Yeah, and then we reeled it in, and then like
Hyped
draft
ourselves in.
capital. Yeah, that was
Dude,
silly, but he looks good.
I blame you, Kamir DK. So
Oh, he's not even on this list. Travion Henderson. Um, this is just about what you called. Ramondre just looks pretty good. I mean, he was doing work. Henderson has looked good, but he's only in 30% snap shares both weeks. He does have 8 targets through 2 weeks, which is cool, and he does look explosive. I think
yeah.
he had like 30 yards on the through the air this week. Maybe I'm wrong. I didn't write it down. But he looks juicy, but yeah, it seems like Ramondre is at least going to keep him at arm's length for now.
Well, for not writing it down, you got it exactly correct.
Hell yeah.
So 10 on the ground, 30 in the air.
I'll take it. On 2 catches, right? So he like average 15 or something.
That's correct. And it was 3 carries, so
Cool.
3.3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
not
yeah,
bad.
I mean, you'd like to see him get some more work, but he still looks the part. It's just gonna take him a little more time, I guess. Bayshul Tootin, only 25% snap share, but holy jeez, he looked explosive. 5 yards per carry on 8 attempts, 16 yards per reception on 2 catches with a touchdown in there. The thing with him though is that ETN's looking great. Like looking back to 2023 form. And so again, maybe a guy who gets kept at arm's length, but seems like he might be viable in like way deeper leagues or as like a oh shit break glass in case of emergency play.
Well, we've seen it with the Jags before. If they've got that efficiency, they're going to lean into it.
Hmm.
And I think with the way things are going through the air for them, it's safer to keep the ball on the ground. And if that's going to be the way of it, you can get 15 points on 25% snap share. You carve that up to 40%, and all of a sudden you're looking at a 1A, 1B type situation. So I like it. Bashul, I said a lot of crosswords about you, my friend, but you had a hell of a week too. I'll give it to you.
He does look good. And they sent Tank Bigsby out the door, so who
Right.
knows? Cam
Which,
Scatabo up next. This one is interesting when you compare him to Tyrone Tracy. 52% snap share. Did I step on you?
no,
Okay.
I'm just so confused about this Scadaboo thing.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, 52% snap share to Tracy's 42%. 4 yards per carry compared to Tracy's 3 yards per carry, and 13 touches for Scatabo to Tracy's nine. I mean, this time he looked more efficient. I will say it was like one big run, and then the rest of it was kind of plodding. But he did end up getting into the end zone. Looks like I don't know, he just looks kind of like what we wanted from a bruiser running back for the Giants, and I think they're going to lean into it.
Yeah, and that score came at a big moment. So, like, to have
Mhm.
that trust with a rookie, especially a guy that had -3 yards the previous
Yeah.
week,
Yeah.
everything about that Giants game was insane. And if he can ride that momentum, I mean, we've kind of been thinking it the whole time that Tracy was kind of a fluke, didn't have the staying power, and for us to pursue as like an offseason trade target. So Scatterboo scared us, and it looks like we were right to be scared of what he's going to do to that timeshare.
Yeah, I agree. At least it's going to be a 50-50 split, if not more, for Scatterboo. Quinshawn Judkins got his first week action and 13 touches. I thought he had tons of juice. Looked really, really nasty in both the passing game and the rushing game. 6.1 yards per carry for him and was on a relatively low pitch count. So I expect kind of big things from him coming up. Maybe not this week against the Packers. We seem to be shutting everybody down. But we'll see. Who knows?
Hell yeah, man. This is the guy I was saying earlier. I didn't quite catch it yet, but I got to do a little research. I've got some Judkins in different places throughout the world. He was a popular first round draft pick for me, so I'm telling you.
Yeah, I had a really hard time choosing between Henderson and Judkins, and I went with my gut there, but it was tough. I liked both those guys a lot coming out. So,
Well,
Cam Ward, fantasy numbers don't look great through 2 weeks, but I think if you go watch, he's flashed. He's flashed the arm talent, he's flashed the ability, and I just kind of want to throw him in here in the fun category. Again, if you haven't seen the touchdown throw he made, ran like all the way almost to the sideline and then just threw it over the middle of the field, which is like, no, don't do that, don't do that. And then it just dropped right into Io Manor's hands. So pretty spicy stuff. I think he just needs a better team.
definitely needs a better team. He leads the league in sacks with 11.
Oof.
So he's not getting like 11 sacks through your first two games in the NFL. That is
It's tough.
brutal, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sad. I got, the other players on this list are not having good years either, but we were happy that the Titans looked like they might be able to turn it around under center, and I think they still are. It's not gonna be pretty. It's gonna be a perseverance
Yeah.
game for him. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
he definitely looks sharp.
Yeah, I think so too. Ward, I'm really interested to see how Ward looks towards the end of the year. Torrey Horton caught a touchdown, is the clear number 3 for the Seahawks. That's fun for me. I like Torrey Horton quite a bit.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna bring that up because he does look pretty good. So that's good to see. He's got a teammate that had a little bit of a bounce back week. Cooper
Hmm.
Cup
Yeah.
looked like he was locked in the sadness closet week one, and now he's out just like kissing babies and high fiving
He
strangers.
was
So
balling, yeah.
I'm here for that. But no, it's good. I think you're onto something with Horton. So
Oh,
here we
thanks,
go.
man. All
Yeah.
right, let's get into the questions category. And this is kind of reserved for guys we thought were going to be superstars and have not popped yet, but I'm still not super worried about them. Ashton Genty, I see it all over Twitter, and I don't know who said it, but I don't want to take credit for it. He's like the litmus test for like, are you watching the game or are you looking at the box score? Because he's making people miss, he's running through people, he's spinning around people, but it's just like everyone is all over him. They are just trying to suffocate this kid, and I think he's gonna be all right. Like it's just plodding and slow right now. And he even said he's getting used to the speed of the NFL, but it's not like the things that we liked about him aren't showing. He just, it seems like he'll run a guy over and then there's already two guys on him. So I'm not super worried, but it is concerning. He hasn't really looked incredible through 2 weeks.
Well, yeah, he didn't look incredible when he went the wrong way on a handoff in the first
Yeah,
quarter of
that
that
was
game.
bad.
That was it for me. I was like, whatever potential he has is not going to be on display this evening. That was just rough, but
That was tough.
if
That was tough.
if he gets, I mean, if he gets his steps right, he had some explosive plays, like you're saying. He
Hmm.
definitely showed nothing but an 8 yard gain every step kind of potential that we're looking for.
Yeah.
So it's fun, man. It is fun. It's definitely not. Not awesome to look at, 2.7 per carry on the year.
Mm.
So you get a little scared, but he's got a ton of potential. That was a good game though.
Yeah, no, it was a good game, and yeah, that was a rough watch with him going the wrong way. Hey, man, Genty, you got to go the right way, man.
Killed me.
Omari and Hampton only 9 touches this week and 3 yards per carry. That's a little concerning. I don't know, just a guy I thought was going to hit the ground running really hard.
Yeah, he's another guy that has some good plays, but then just can't seem to get it going. And it's bumming me out a little bit. But
Hmm.
if you look at some of the stats, he's breaking tackles. He's in the top 5 on the year for
Hmm.
broken tackles. So he's got some good potential to him. I think that it's just going to take a minute. This team just doesn't really look like it needs running right now, which is completely opposite of what we all anticipated.
Hmm.
But Herbert's cooking. He's
Yeah,
escaping.
he is. Holy shit.
He's, he's getting first downs on his own. Um, and so as long as that's going on and this defense is still playing well, then yeah, I think that they're going to just get what they need out of Hampton, and the rest is going to be history. It'll take a minute to get there. He needs to start scoring though.
Yeah, who saw Jim Harbaugh wanting to throw all of a sudden?
No
Um,
one.
Matthew Golden, again, I'll just kind of repeating what I said last week. He's getting open, and Jordan Love missed him on what could have been 150 yards and 2 touchdowns. Like just insane deep balls that just got slightly overthrown. And I think I'm not worried about Golden. I think he's gonna pop. The opportunities are gonna become a question though, because just the way LaFleur is scheming stuff up and they're carving people up so far, it's 3 to Wicks, 2 to Dobbs, 4 to Tucker Craft, 2 to Golden. Like it just seems like, and this is what everybody said, and I thought Golden, and I still think eventually Golden will be the guy out of any of them, but it just might be a slower start than I thought. I'm intrigued to see maybe he'll pop this week. I think he could have a chance against the Browns.
Yeah, and with Reed missing time, I mean,
Yeah. Hmm.
it's got to just be gas on the fire for him. Wicks, dude, looking good.
Yeah. Took some
Silly
catching
shit.
lessons.
Yeah, man. And then, I'm here for Romeo, so
Yeah.
we'll take that.
Oh.
Oh, any way we
uh,
can get it, but we need Golden to start shining.
Yeah, we do. It would be nice. But the thing is, it's not like he's not separating, so I think that's the huge thing to take away.
Right.
Some disappointing guys. I got 2 running backs. Quickly, Caleb Johnson through 2 weeks, not been great. Just an awful, awful, awful decision on the kickoff return, costing his team a touchdown. That was really bad. And so I don't know. We'll see. It looks like it's going to be a slow burn. I kind of leaned into that with the whole Arthur Smith thing, but just not looking great. And then RJ Harvey, less than 40% snap share back-to-back weeks for a guy that I was told was going to be the guy for Denver. J.K. Dobbins is taking most of the work, and then 1.6 yards per carry for Harvey this week, and only 3 targets through 2 weeks, which is another, again, one of the things was that he was going to just destroy this passing game, and we just haven't seen it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the writing was on the wall, right? When they went and got Dobbins,
Hmm.
it was kind of like, oh shit, okay, all right. We gotta take a minute because Dobbins, when healthy, is an animal, and
Yeah,
we're seeing that right now. And it doesn't matter kind of whatever rookie would have been in that position. I think that this is Dobbins' team until he gets injured, which could be like tomorrow. So
yeah,
I'm holding out hope for Harvey, but yeah, the usage has been low, especially in the past game, like you're saying.
yeah. It's tough. It's tough to watch, but who knows? These looks like we always get excited about these rookies, and then it seems like it takes longer for them to ramp up. I got 2 tight ends. We mentioned him earlier. Colston Loveland, 3 targets through 2 weeks, uh, 2 receptions, 12 yards, less than 60% snaps. Cole Kmet apparently is holding that job. Elijah Arroyo, 4 targets in 2 weeks, 40% snap share. He looks fast. but just not getting enough opportunities. And that was a guy I was pretty high on, a guy that I frequently chose over Fannin because of landing spot. So egg on my face.
Ego your face, my friend. Yeah, Loveland, dude. I mean, Cole Kmet, 90% snap shares. That's what you got to do if you want those 2 targets per game, man. That's what you got to do. Do you hear what I'm saying, Luther Burden? Got to do it. But
Jeez, yeah.
yeah, all right. You're right. Thank you. Appreciate that.
That's all I got. You got any rookies you want to mention?
Let's see. I think that we kind of Luther Burden was the only one I wanted to
Yeah, Burden
put in
is
there.
napping right now too.
Yeah, big time.
Ben Johnson seems crazy about snapping at these guys too. Did you? He said something about seeing what they do whenever they're not getting the ball, and it was like a direct reference to Loveland and Burden. And it's like, geez, he's going after these guys.
Man, dude, this guy seems like he would have been a great OC. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we should maybe somebody should try that.
Dude, come on. Oh my goodness. Well, no, yeah, the rookies, I think, yeah, that's pretty good synopsis. They're all doing what we expect of them, for the most part. I don't think we really missed any big names in there.
All right,
Like,
well,
go,
cool.
so
You
and
want to hit us with some disappointments then?
yes, of course. Of course. I'm good for a disappointment, my friends. That's what I hear anyway. I've done so much with the disappointment this week that I've just got to take a breath, maybe
Yeah.
really just relax for a second. Yeah, so you guys know what I do. I do all these random things with numbers and do my own numbering. And this week, I wanted to kind of touch on some disappointments that I'm seeing out there in the world as it relates to the wide receivers that are getting volume but aren't producing.
Mm.
And there's quite a few of them, and it's kind of heartbreaking just to take a look and take it all in. So what I ended up doing for this section of this segment was looking at wide receivers that have at least 20 targets so far this year, and this is actually all players with 20 targets in 2 games. And I took their fantasy points as a ratio, like the number of fantasy points per target they have. And I just wanted to kind of see because there's specifically 3 guys, 4 guys that are letting me down in a big way. So I want to see what the numbers look like. And just for an idea of how this stretches out, non-running backs, with guys over 20 targets, the best fantasy points per target is Tucker Kraft. Um,
Hey,
yeah, he's got 3.1, and that is pretty good. Quentin Johnston is 2.9.
good Lord.
Ibuka is 2.8. Amon Ra's right there with them. So those guys are doing great. And they're getting volume too. I mean, they're doing well. So, well, actually, the volume's low, but the efficiency is great. But I'm looking at the other end of the spectrum, and specifically, I'm looking at guys that are getting less than 1.2 fantasy points per target. And 5 names really jump out to me. I'll list them all, but I'm going to start with these 5 in particular that are just breaking all of our hearts. And it's Michael Thomas has 19 targets, but only
Michael
18,
Thomas?
or Michael Brian Thomas.
Brian
Thank
Thomas.
you.
Gotcha.
I'm looking at his name and I'm saying words that aren't there. Whew. All right, but we'll wrap that up. We'll get to a saint in a minute. But yeah, Brian Thomas got 18 fantasy points on 19 targets, so less than a fantasy point per target. That's abysmal. Drake London is right there too. He's got like 1.02 fantasy points per target on 19 targets. Chris Olave has 23 targets, which is a huge number. But the number of catches is very disappointing with only 13. And he's, under 1.1 fantasy points per target. Mike Evans, another guy, under 1.1. And then Terry McLaurin is right there at 1.1. So these guys are getting a lot of volume, but they're not turning it into anything. And it's kind of breaking my heart, especially the Brian Thomas part of it, because he just doesn't, he only has 5 catches on 19 targets. So it's just abysmal. The catch rate being 26%. And that's kind of the story all the way up. These are guys we want to be able to rely on.
Hmm.
Terry, Evans, Olave, London, Thomas. And they just can't produce on the volume that's coming their way. Yeah, and it's been extremely disappointing. I'll throw out some other guys. Hunter Henry, Calvin Ridley, Travis Hunter, and Olamide Zacchaeus are all guys that are on this list that are getting, targeted but not do anything with it. But the one that is killing me, it's got to be Xavier Legette.
Mm.
Yeah, so he has 15 targets and he has less than 5 fantasy points.
Woof.
So I mean it's only 4 catches, so 15 targets, 4 catches, but that is like that's abysmal. So yeah, definitely disappointing on that side of things. Um I did a similar thing for the running back room. We'll get to it here, and it's the same old, but it's guys that are getting a lot of carries. All these guys have 30 or more carries, but they are not scoring at a high rate. And so, yeah, as a comparison, you got Jahmyr Gibbs on the other side. He's got 1.6 fantasy points per carry. You've got Chuba, it's 1.4, so is James Cook. These guys are doing great. But on the low side, under zero point 0.7, I'm looking at Kyron Williams, who's just got the volume, but hasn't necessarily been able to hit the end zone very much. So it's holding him back. But him, Josh Jacobs, Ashton Genty, Chase Brown, and Tony Pollard, these are guys that not only did we have high hopes for, but they're also like they're touching the ball a ton. They're out on the field a lot, but they're not putting up the fantasy numbers. So I'm definitely putting them in the disappointment category. But I don't know, man. I've hoped for most of those guys, but they're just off to a slow start.
Hmm.
But it's a lot of it's pass catching with the running backs. If you look at, compare reception numbers, all of those guys that I just listed have 5 or fewer receptions.
Mm.
So it's not as definitive as the wide receivers who are mostly just getting garbage balls thrown their way all the time.
Hmm.
Some questionable quarterback play on that list, but whoo, that's it. Statistically, those are my disappointments. I have some non-statistics, just obvious disappointments. Mark Andrews,
Mm.
big time. He's only got 1 catch last week. He upped it to 3 targets, but he's dropping balls in the red zone again, and I don't think anyone's gonna keep trying with him. And Rashad Bateman is kind of a similar situation. I thought that this was the year he would heat it up, but it's nothing but a disappointment, especially if you consider the other people on that team that are just completely crushing it, apparently. You've got Wallace in there and Devontae Walker. Like, it's insane. They both got touchdowns over 2 for Walker in there. And I think that they're just going to phase out Bateman. And I don't think Andrews, he's just kind of filling that spot until Likely's back out there. His personal opinion of mine.
It does seem that way. It seems like once Likely is healthy, they're just going to kind of roll him in to be the main guy there. Yeah, I think you crushed it, man. I had Brian Thomas Jr. and Drake London both on my disappointments list. I mean, you should get on Twitter and look at what people are saying about Brian Thomas Jr. Like, they are going after him about like not trying to play through contact, being scared to get hit, all this stuff. So that's a
No,
really interesting case right now. I don't know
it's
what is
dude,
going on.
it's Trevor Lawrence, man. This guy's
Yeah.
got he's got 3 interceptions and a fumble,
Mm.
and through 2 games, and he's only connected on 43 out of 73 of his attempts. That's less than 60%. Those are like the exact same numbers that Tua's putting up, and
Mm.
everyone hates Tua. And the difference is
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence has only got sacked 1 time, and Tua's been sacked 8 times. So the excuses are limited. The talent is just supreme right there. I
Trevor
think it
Lawrence is running out of excuses.
it starts with him. We know
Yeah.
what Brian Thomas is capable. Don't come at him. Like
Hey,
he
it was I was saying what I saw.
I'm not saying you, but I mean, but yeah, at the same time, Diami Brown and Parker Washington are getting there. So I have no idea, dude, but I can't
Yeah, it's weird.
like the trust level is
Low.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah, Drake London getting some at least some targets is nice, but it seems like I mean he did have the fumble last week, which was annoying, but it just seems like Penix forgets about him sometimes, which is frustrating. But hey, Kyle Pitts is looking all right. I'll throw out two more disappointments. I mean, Aaron Jones getting hurt was obviously a disappointment, but I was honking about him not worrying about Jordan Mason coming in, but Jordan Mason has honestly looked better in both games than Aaron Jones. I mean, Aaron
Yeah.
Jones had the touchdown, but in terms of rushing, he looks clearly superior, at least at this point. And then Keenan Allen affecting Lad McConkey's production was
Oh my
not
God.
something that I was ready for this year. I thought like for a second, oh man, when they signed him, I was like, oh, they kind of do the same thing. Like
Yeah.
hopefully it's not that big a deal. I thought they Allen was insurance, but holy Lord. I mean, Keenan Allen's like in the top, I think 12 wide receivers right now. And Ladd's at like wide receiver 47 right now,
Ouch, dude.
at least in
That
for the belt.
yeah, I mean, yeah, you got it. He's number 12 and Lad
Mm.
is yeah, 37.
37, sorry.
All
So
good. But
not
yeah, I
great.
mean,
Hate that.
yeah, I hate it too, especially like he's getting out targeted right now by Quentin Johnston too. And that's
Hmm.
like that is nuts to watch the balls that Quentin Johnston doesn't catch and and just to see the ones that he does catch, it's like
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. It's something weird going on, and that team is 2-0, headed to Denver. They got the full division to start their season, and their schedule gets real light after this. So this team is getting it's nuts, dude. I have no idea what to expect from the Chargers, but they are fully like they are versatile. They have
Yeah.
options, and it's gonna be nasty, man.
Yeah,
They
they
don't
look
need a
really
tight
good.
end. No tight ends.
Fuck a tight end.
That's right. We don't need that shit.
Aronde Gadsden, where are you?
Not even,
Um,
yeah, he's out of here.
that kind of leads right into the wrong assumptions. You wanna start tackling some of those, or you got more disappointments?
No, I don't. I have like weird hybrid stuff that can fit in the assumptions, so we'll go with that.
Okay,
Um,
perfect.
yeah,
I'll go with we kind of already mentioned it, but assuming Cooper Cup was definitely dead after week one,
for sure.
9 targets, 7 receptions, and they're really just moving him everywhere, which is nice to see. So that was good. I picked up. I picked. I think I said I dropped him last week. I picked him back up this week. So.
Nice, dude. Yeah, I definitely got him on the assumption list. Kind of same thing, like assuming Jamar Chase was going to have a down year or something. That's, I mean, he doesn't even need Joe Burrow to be. I
Yeah.
mean, there's no way anyone scored more fantasy points than him last
No.
week. That was outrageous, dude, to go from 4 to 36.
Hmm.
So yeah, assuming he's having a slow start is kind of
Yeah. It
assuming
was
that we
just a
forgot who he was.
a bad week one. Yeah.
Nuts.
Yeah. He almost. I don't know. Weirdly scored more without Burrow. I don't know what that's about.
I saw that too. I saw that as well.
I mean, it does make sense that Browning would just be in there and be like, "Fuck it, Chase is somewhere." Um, assuming Daniel Jones was trash,
Yeah.
I wrote week one off as a fluke. But moving the ball that well against the Denver defense, I know if you look at his fantasy numbers, he's not going to get a rushing touchdown every single week, which has kind of inflated his stuff. But he was moving the ball. I mean, they looked at one point they had scored on like 9 consecutive possessions. 6 of them were field goals, which isn't what you want. But just, I mean, that Denver defense should be and looks on paper to be really legit. So for Daniel Jones to be able to move the ball like that. That was me being silly about him, I guess.
No, man. We were all correct to doubt him. Let's
Yeah.
not
My
go
gut
that
says the
route.
wheels fall off at some point, but
Yeah. Well, here's an assumption. The Detroit Lions are going to take a big step back without their coordinators from last year, you know. That's They're back, dude. I mean, that was nuts. Whatever
Yeah,
they just did
they
was
dropped a hammer.
it was insane, dude. Oh, here we go. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 39. So he did outscore Chase. So three
Hmm.
touchdowns will do that to a man. This is insane. This is crazy to me. How do they like stop? You know, he's already dead. This is crazy. They nailed it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we're all a little worried after that first week with them, and so
Well,
to see the bounce back.
they've still yet to have a game that good without Ben Johnson on the field, to be fair.
That is fair. That is fair. And we could just say they were playing one of the best defenses in the league week one. You know what I
Yeah, they
mean?
were. Hell yeah, they were. No, I mean, I never thought the Lions weren't going to be very good. I think week one just took them by surprise a little bit, and then once they got down, I mean, I don't want to keep talking about the Packers, but that's kind of like the perfect way that defense is set up. If you go out, you attack on offense, you get out to even just a 10 point, 14-point lead. And now you just send all these pass rushers that we didn't have. Well, I mean, we had some, but Parsons just changes that defense. And they kind of just fell into that all of a sudden, and they couldn't move the ball through the ground, on the ground. And that's not going to happen every week. The Lions are going to be great. They'll be fine. Assuming that Troy Franklin was a lost cause.
Dude,
14 targets through 2 weeks. Pretty
yes.
spicy.
Yeah, man. So if you or anyone you know is out there and you had two fantasy picks in a rookie draft with one pick between the picks, and you took Troy Franklin thinking Bucky Irving was going to come back to you, and he didn't.
Feel a little
It's
better now.
it's okay. It's not okay, but it's a little bit better than it was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, Troy Franklin, dude, looking nasty out there.
Yeah, he looks good.
I'm here for it, man. Let's do that all the time. Um, yeah, that was a good one. Let's just see here. Well, assuming the Jets running game was awesome.
Oh my God.
Holy shit,
Yeah.
dude. That was
Good Lord.
insane.
That
10
was
carries for
nuts.
29 yards. That was Brees Hall. Justin Fields, dude, like he hurt himself. And I think it was like a shame concussion. He's like, I don't want to be seen doing this poorly. So
Oh
take,
no.
I'm out of here. But
That's
man,
tough.
two fumbles, man. Like, come on. He only had 27 yards passing. Like, come on, dude. We gotta do something here. But yeah, it was a down week for the Jets after what was pretty sweet week one for them. So
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I kind of thought that would be a closer game, and then kind of the exact opposite of the Packers conversation. Like they're not equipped to be in that type of game. Like once they get down like that, I that's just not how it's gonna go. Fields has always been up and down as well. Like he looks great some weeks, and then other weeks he can't hit anybody. So hopefully he comes back. Concussions are never fun. Maybe Tyrod can help him out at least in the passing game. I don't know who they play this week, but. Hopefully they can bounce back a little bit. I like it when the Jets are at least all right. I like a lot of their players. Obviously, I'm a big Garrett Wilson guy, but assuming Javonte Williams would lose his job by week 4, doesn't look likely. Um,
no,
Jaden Blue, what? Jaden Blue this chance,
Jaden
I
Blue
guess.
who?
Over 20 points in back-to-back weeks for Javonte, 7 targets this week, and he just looks healthy. I mean, he said it all offseason. It was one of those tropes that you try to ignore. But yeah, he looks good.
Yeah, no, he looks incredible. Yeah, how about, and this is tough, dude. This is tough, but assuming the Giants, we're gonna be, I mean, Jackson Dart gonna be starting
Oh
pretty
yeah.
soon.
Hmm.
That was the assumption someone around here had.
Yeah.
An
I,
old Rusty dude,
Rusty did look all right until he
450.
threw an interception in overtime.
Yeah, but come on, dude. Like he got them to overtime. You know
Yeah,
what I
for sure.
mean?
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, he looked great. Those moon balls to Malik Neighbors. I mean, that was the most exciting part. One of the most exciting parts of the week for me. It was just I wanted them to unlock Neighbors and his deep threat potential, and they certainly did that this week.
Yeah, and they got Wandell doing Wandell
Yeah.
things, and Darius Slayton has always been a deep ball guy. Like, and then Hyatt, Jalen Hyatt is also like they don't. it's all deep ball guys here, man.
Well, that's what
They
Russ does.
they just need Russ to get in there, and I mean, I got $10 on him to be comeback player of the year, so
Mhm.
I need that $1,000, my friend. So let's make it happen.
Well, good luck, my buddy. I hope that happens for you, but
You
I
got
don't
it.
know. I don't know. I don't think he makes it to the end. But I should have ended on a better one than this, but I tried to hit all the positions. So I got a tight end here. Assuming AJ Barner would lose his job to Arroyo immediately, over 80% snap share in both back-to-back weeks. And they're not really targeting him all that often, but I thought I know he looked good at the end of last year, but I just was in on Arroyo. That's that rookie fever coming in and setting me up for failure.
Yeah, well, failure is an option, man. You don't want to admit it, but it's always there. I'll end. I'll end. I got scattered stuff that we'll
Throw him
recycle
out,
it for
dog.
the next one. Well, okay, okay. I
Speed
mean,
round.
assuming Derrick Henry was unstoppable,
Oh yeah,
yeah. Assuming oh gosh, Coleman would be the cat's pajamas in
in
Buffalo.
back-to-back weeks. Yeah,
Yeah, that
he
did
looked
not
great last
happen.
week.
Yeah, dude, what a Keenan Coleman, Keon.
Keon. Yeah,
Um, but then like this one is the one. This is the one. This is the last one. Assuming I would never have to say Hunter Renfro's name on this podcast again. So, who caught two touchdowns last week? Fucking Hunter Renfro
yeah.
caught two touchdowns last week. Maybe he just can only play well with a Carolina team, getting back to his Clemson roots here.
Maybe so.
Goodness.
Well, they just needed to trade Adam Thielen to have a white boy in the slot, I guess.
Nailed it, dude. They totally nailed it. It's Jimmy
Oh,
Horn's money.
alrighty. Well, there is the week two review. Week three will probably look a little similar. And then we both have some
Yeah,
weeks
we're
that we're gonna
traveling.
need to take off. We're both gonna be traveling, so we'll get into that in future weeks. But maybe next week we can do some assumptions we got right to spice it up a little bit, maybe.
Whoa, no, dude. That's like you can't just ask for that. The world has to give it to you.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. But hopefully you enjoyed it. But until next time, we've been Rough Draft Research. You've been the audience, and we'll see you next week.
All right. Never again, Hunter Renfro. Never again.